Jai Hind students. So let's start with our today's topic, which is male reproductive system. So let's see that what is actually male reproductive system is. The male's reproductive system is having two works. One, to produce the gamete, and second, to transfer the male gamete to the female's reproductive tract. These are the two functions which are done by the male reproductive system. Now let's see what are the different male's reproductive part. There is a seminal vesicle, there is a vasa differentia, epididymis, there is the penis, testis, scrotum. Testis and scrotum are mentioned with another color, that is black color, because these are the really very important one. Then we are having prostate gland as the Ss3 gland. There is these are the parts which are very much important, and they are the part of the reproductive primary and secondary systems. We'll see that. So now first let us see that what is testis. As we know, the testis is that part which produces the male gamete, and that particular male gamete is a sperm cell. So sperm cell is how produced in the testis, and what is the main function of testis? Let us see that. As we know, the male's gamete is a sperm cell. So this particular area or this particular part structure which you can see is the testis. Testis lies in a pouch kind of a structure which is called as a scrotum. This is the wrinkle pouch structure. So scrotum, inside the scrotum testis lies. Now the testis is in scrotum sac. Now you know that. Temperature remains 1 to 3 degrees less than the body. As testis lies in the scrotum sac, so it's the work of a scrotum sac to keep the temperature inside over here in the testis less than body temperature, about 1 to 3 degrees Celsius. Now why less temperature is required over here? It's required to make quality and good type of a sperm cell. So sperm cells can be manufactured only when there is a less amount of temperature in comparison to the body. So for that purpose, scrotum sac is there. So it's two work. One, to keep the temperature less than the body, and second, to hold the testis in it. The third very important thing for that is each testis is composed of seminiferous tubule. Now the seminiferous tubule is there, which is having in the testis. Now the seminiferous tubules embedded in the connective tissues. Here I have represented it as the CT. So now you know that this testis is made up of the seminiferous tubules, and these seminiferous tubules are made up from the connective tissues. Now these connective tissues are responsible for two things: for producing the testosterone hormone, which is the male reproductive hormone, and secondly, it is having the leading cells. So these are the two functions of the connective cells, connective tissues actually, to do in the male's reproductive system, to produce the testosterone hormone and to take the leading cells over there. Now it is having one more work, that is the seminiferous tubules produces the sperm cells. So the seminiferous tubule which lies over here, that produces the sperm cells, right? So if you will cut this testes, you will find that these seminiferous tubules are somewhat like this, and inside these sperm cells are produced. So if it is asked that the testis is the place where sperm cells are manufactured, but at what place exactly? So you are going to say the seminiferous tubule is the place inside the testis which manufactures these sperm cells. So these are some keywords or some major points for the testes. So now let's see the other one. So as it is having some associated ducts also, and you know that if inside this testes, inside the seminiferous tubule, the sperm cells have been manufactured, but now it has to travel all the way here to the penis so that it can be expelled out from the body, or it can be travel to the female reproductive system to meet with the ova. So it needs a traveling path, it needs a passage, a pathway, so that for that purpose ducts are made. So let us start with the associated ducts of it. The first duct which you can see is the vasa efferentia. So vasa efferentia is exactly over here at this particular place, close to the scrotum, close to the testes, so that it can transfer the sperm cells. So there are about 12 to 14 fine tubules, and these fine tubules are responsible for carrying the sperm cells to here, this epididymis. So till this place, the sperm cells are carried by the vasa efferentia. So from seminiferous tubule to the vasa efferentia and then to the epididymis. Now let's see that what this highly coiled epididymis does. So each one is about 4 to 6 centimeter, 4 to 6 meter long. Each one of it, they are highly coiled and nourishes and store the sperm cell from the testes to the vasa deferens. So that means it stores sperm cells over here, nourishes it, and then further it transfers it or transports it to the vasa deferens, which here you can see this is the vasa deferens, right? Now from here vasa deferens, these sperm cells will be thrown away or will be sent to here, which is the seminal vesicle. So now what you have seen, from seminiferous tubule, it comes to the vasa efferentia and then epididymis, then vasa deferens over here, and then from vasa deferens to the seminal vesicle at this place, and this seminal vesicle, now it will give its own secretions and allow these sperm cells to move from here, and this will get opened into the urethra, right? And as you can see, the urethra is further coming over here and it will join here. So from the urethra is joined here, and this you can see the seminal vesicle is having a pathway from here. Urethra is attached, and here as you can see this one is the urethra line. So this one is the urethra, right? This is attached here with the seminal vesicle, as you can see over here. So this is the function and this is the activity of the ducts which are associated to transport these sperm cells. Now let us see with the Ss3 reproductive organs that what they are doing actually. So now here we are having two Ss3 reproductive organs, and these two Ss3 reproductive organs are the urethra, which you can see over here are marked with the red line. So this urethra, and this penis is the other part which is responsible for the Ss3 working of the reproductive system. So now let us see that what is urethra. Urethra is this one, which is about 20 centimeter in the length, and this one is the common passage or common pathway for urine and sperm cells both. Next, these are this urethra, it passes through the penis. Now the next which we are having, the Ss3 reproductive organ, is this penis, which is a muscular erectile organ, and it is also a copulatory organ which is responsible again for holding the urethra. So this much is about the Ss3 reproductive organs. Now let us see about the Ss3 reproductive glands. So let's see the Ss3 reproductive glands. Here we are having seminal vesicle. I had written short form. Seminal vesicle, which you can see over here. This is the seminal vesicle. Then the Copper's gland, which is also called as the bulbourethral gland, and third we are having the prostate gland. These all are the glands which gives its secretion to the sperm cells for its mobility, for its regular work, for its proper functioning. So let's start with the seminal vesicle. Seminal vesicle is actually that place which stores these sperm cells and also gives a viscous fluid to the urethra. So from here, through this seminal vesicle, some viscous fluid is secreted to the urethra and it is given. The work of this fluid is to stimulate the uterine contraction, right? So the uterine contraction of the female's body. Next we are having the corpus gland, which is also called as a bulbourethral gland. The work of this is to give the mucus, to secrete the mucus, and this mucus is responsible to making the female passage more lubricate or more easier to move it out. So it lubricates the female uterine cavity or the female passage. Next we are having the prostate gland, and the work of the prostate gland is to pour its secretions to the urethra. It directly pours it to the urethra and it gives the milky fluid, and this milky fluid makes the sperm cell more mobile or more able to move. Okay, so these are the Ss3 reproductive glands in the male reproductive system. Now let's see the structure of sperm cell. So this is the structure of human sperm cell. This is human sperm cell. So now let us see that how it is. A human sperm cell is divided into three parts. This region which you can see is the head, this one is the middle piece, and this one is the tail. In between head and middle piece you can see that this is the neck region. Now this sperm structure cell is having head, and at this head place you can see here a cap like structure. This is called as acrosome. What it is? It is acrosome. This is a cap-like structure which is present at the sperm cell's head. This head region is here, and inside this head region there is a nucleus. This nucleus is responsible for carrying genetic material. So the genetic material is this one inside here in the head region, which carries all the genetic characters of the male's body and male's characteristics, which is now further going to be transferred. If it gets fertilized with the ova, it will be transferred to the offspring. So the genetic material is inside the nucleus of the head. Further, this neck is here to attach middle piece and the head. The middle piece which you can see over here is having mitochondria. Now why mitochondria is required over here? As you know that mitochondria is the source of the energy. So mitochondria is required over here to transport it or to give a proper energy to the cell so that it can move, it can be motile, and it can reach to its destination. So for that purpose mitochondria is over here. This long tail which you can see, this long tail is there to help the cell to move and to reach its destination, where it has to go to the fallopian tube and meet with the ova. So this is to help for its movement, for its mobility. This is the structure of a typical human sperm cell, as you can see over here. So thank you for watching the video. Hope this all things are clear to you.